Welcome to Audio Carnage Podcast. Today we have Sunny Disposition. So, guys, thank you for the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It's really fun.
So, when did this band form? Or, like, if there's been multiple iterations of it beforehand, or
sure.
What's a little bit of history?
August 24th, 2018.
He knows.
I know it to the day.
Yeah.
That was our first rehearsal.
First rehearsal.
Any particular reason you remember the date?
I do. I had like a personal thing happen in my life, but it was that first. It coincided with the first rehearsal. So that's how I remember.
Closes the door, it opens a window for you to jump out of.
I'm terrible
exactly
with
right.
so I'm glad he remembers.
I know they do.
Yeah, I know.
How many years? We said 2006.
18.
18.
Oh wait, what?
What year was it?
2018.
2018.
2006.
No, 2018.
No, I was gonna say 16, but 18.
Yes, 2018.
Oh, okay.
So, what's your favorite local venue, alive or dead? I know that we've lost a lot of venues over the past couple years.
We really like Six Springs.
We play Six Springs in Richardson a lot.
Six Springs and Richardson.
Those
got Tavern.
Really great sound.
Six Springs Tavern is
really nice
home
people.
to us.
Yeah.
Love that place. Love
great.
it. The sound is great.
Great.
Huge stage. Always a crowd.
It's
great
really
staff.
Nice. Yeah.
They
treat us really nice. And
they treat us so nice.
We're like their kids.
Really great.
We are. I literally, when I just pop up to shows, because I still like just pop up to shows. I never say when I would show up to nothing. I just pop up.
Yeah.
I always sneak to the back to go holler at Brad, and I'd be like, "Papa, what you doing?"
O'Reilly's was pretty awesome though. For a long time,
Yes!
we were always at O'Reilly's too.
We
can't forget our beginnings.
We're getting ready to go back over the summer for sure.
We owe them a show.
Yeah.
At least.
Are they still open?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah.
And where are they?
That's on Forest, I believe.
Forest Lane and 75.
Near
Abrams? Just about right there. So Dallas,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, a bunch of my friends' bands have played it many times, but I don't think my band's ever made it out there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool little dog.
What's some of your favorite local bands?
Gosh.
Where do I begin? Okay, so we all said learning names. We all
Their name's Cherry Mantis, for sure.
Cherry Mantis. That's
King
one of my favorites.
Clam.
King Clam.
Mother Falcon.
Yeah.
Primo Danger.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of really amazing local bands over the last, I want to say, 4 years.
There's been a solid amount of musicians come through this area.
Yeah.
Like,
And I just...
yeah, there's a trio in Dallas right now. I can try to remember. I don't know if it's Jack Quillen or...
Jake Quillen.
Jake Quillen, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. Man, that guy tears it up on the guitar. He did this Jimi Hendrix cover of Message of Love or Power of Love. That was like one of my favorite songs. I was just like in the bar randomly drinking and like just like this guy was just like had my attention. It was just like one of those artists that just draws you in. And it was just great. I met him later just for a minute at a different place. Just talking about like he just seemed like I guess he just moved and then just started to kind of blow up in the scene. I think his bass player later I saw was playing with another band I haven't really seen, but I've seen them around. The Dirty Shirts, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bass player for that band was playing with Jake, and I've seen him around some other groups.
But I think my roommate. I know the Dirty Shirts in some manner. I can't remember how I know them. Either my roommate recorded them or that one of my friends is in... did they... It's irrelevant. Sorry.
No, it's cool. They were doing a bunch of stuff. I've been seeing them.
Yeah.
Been doing them.
I want to say my friend D is in it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But, what would you say your favorite song to play is, like, on stage?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh. That's honestly the most really subjective question because we actually really like everything we play.
Yeah.
And also depends on the crowd.
It depends on the crowd.
We'll
It depends on how we feel. It depends on what's going on. But
I always like Help Me. That's probably my favorite. It's been my favorite for a long time.
It's one of our
Rooftops was your favorite for a long time too.
And there's one called City Lights that's out. But honestly, Real Love was like the best. In my opinion, it's the best song we have. So it makes it a favorite every time we play it. Also. Yeah. So either Real Love, that's the big single. Yeah. That was released on Christmas Day, like 2020. I want to say.
I want to say that. Yeah, I want to say 2020.
Yeah, Penny year.
That's the one song we have a music video for too.
Real Love, that's the one. But Help Me, it's a nice little samba.
That's been a
little
fun
samba.
One.
I love that. As a Latin drummer, I'm all about anything Latin related. So he wrote it and I was like, dude, you know you're writing a samba right now? That's samba. He's like, oh, we're playing. I'm like, dude, son, let's go.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Let's rockify it.
I really like playing Cruel too.
Cruel's a good one. Yeah.
How did everybody meet?
Tell it.
Karaoke on a Wednesday night. I was getting really drunk as usual on a Wednesday for karaoke, and then like she
you
was
don't have
hosting.
karaoke on like Friday and Saturday. That's for a different day.
No,
Yeah. That was at old Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound Down, who rest in peace. They didn't survive the pandemic. Great place.
Yeah, none of my original karaoke venues survived the pandemic. Toot's shut down,
man.
Eastbound and Down shut down.
Well, that's where we met, Eastbound and Down karaoke night. We struck up a conversation about Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I did all.
And I had known Josh for like since 7th grade.
We have known him a long time. We've been playing in other bands, and like I think at the time we weren't playing together. We were. I think my last band had just broken up a while ago, and I was working on a solo project, and he calls me up. And he's like, "Hey man, I met this girl at the karaoke, and she plays bass. Is it cool if we come over and jam?" And whatever, awesome, yeah. And
I could always count on Josh to like jam, throughout the years. We've been playing like 11 years now.
Yeah. Because rehearsal was 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, it turns out we live really close together.
It was like 4 minutes.
Yeah, like 4 minutes. And then like I showed up and we jammed some songs, we jammed some of my originals, we jammed some of his, and then, come over and jam was, okay, so what are you doing next week? And
we just clicked right away. We actually had a friend of ours was in town and he was with us that day, and I think we were working through some like Beatles cover or something while he was there, but this after that we started connecting and just started practicing. Everything clicked. I feel like she had her songs, I had mine, and it like all had its own kind of different feel. Like we weren't really like on one sound. It was just kind of this collective of music, and it really just, I feel like we just clicked. I feel like maybe sometimes I can be selective of friends and who I hang out with, but Sonny has this way of like kind of disarming you.
Sonny Disposition.
Sonny Disposition, yeah.
Well,
it brings you together.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, that's like we met 7th grade, started playing music together like 11 years ago, and then we met at 2018 and 2017 or 2018, early 2018 at
siblings just beat you up anyway, so
yeah. We'll still pick on each other sometimes.
So, what's your favorite instrument brand?
Ooh, gosh, from a long time that was a battle in like playing with guitars, because I was like, oh, I need a Gibson, and it's like, you know what?
And I've been to the factory too. Like, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Like, I don't know. I started playing this Fender, and I actually saw one of his old bands, one of his old projects, and the guitar player just had this killer sound, and I remember just thinking like, damn.
Abraham?
Yeah, I was like,
that Fender had
that sound, dude. And I was just like, I think I talked to him about his guitar. I went to Guitar Center not too long after that and got a Strat, and I found one that had that like same neck style, maple neck, and it had like it has Texas special pickups.
Yeah, Abraham had the Fender, Stevie Ray's Los Lonely Boys mix.
Yeah,
figure. That's what he
had.
Was
too.
It had a really strong Fender. That's what he was jamming for a long time.
But I don't know. I love that guitar.
So those Texas special.
I just fell in love with it. So I feel like after that, I was like, okay, I guess I'm a Fender guy. So,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the brand is.
It's a bad.
Yeah. It just happened down there.
So, what about for drums or cymbals?
Well, I've been playing Pearl, either just basic export series for many years because I've had the money to buy a DW set, which is my dream set.
Yeah.
I want a DW, 2 Manitoms and 2 big, nasty floor toms, 26-inch bass, maybe in a John Bottom style. What about put some spinners on 22s?
You're gonna hate yourself in a few years after you buy it, and then you have to load it every single time.
Dude, I was gonna say.
Yeah. But I saw Pearl and DW.
Me as a bassist, I'm trying to reduce my rig. I find out that they have a house system.
Mine has wheels.
Well, casters are nice, but if I can get away with just taking my my bass DI, tell them to put me in the house system. Yeah, like I don't need it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Six Springs has
make me feel into my toes.
That's why we love Six Springs.
Six Springs has a house kit, and we can use their amps and shit.
Backup amps.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that's
big.
also another big reason we love that place.
Yeah.
Don't ain't go pick an amp.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save my back.
We all getting old, man.
Sure.
Oh man, I know. My back always hurts. My neck.
Yeah.
My wrist. I ended up being a Fender person. My fiance also is a musician, so naturally we have
a bunch of guitars there. Fenders.
I mean, I understand.
Things we got some on the walls, but we got a lot in cases.
Yeah.
Get your small fingers. It's better than cases.
I was thinking about that too, but we ain't
also
got no
looks
room.
prettier.
We ain't got no room.
It's for the walls.
Yeah.
We ain't got no room.
Look how pretty they are.
We ain't got no room.
Your
But I ended up being a Fender person, so I play a Fender P-Bass Lite. I fucking love it.
What is it, Johnny's buddy? That plays the guitars.
Tommy Miller. That's the man who literally makes all of my fiance's guitars. He's local here in Denton.
Yeah,
that's right. She plays custom.
Miller Guitar Works. Look him up because he's fantastic. He did a lot of work on my very first bass that I've ever had because my dad bought me that bass when I was 12. Yeah. And I refuse to ever get rid of it.
I understand.
Why should I? So Tommy did me a whole solid and gutted it, put new preamps in it, shaved the headstock, replaced a bridge on it, new strings, new setup.
All new bells and whistles.
All new bells and whistles. So
yeah.
It pains me to not be able to play it as much as I want to because it's so heavy.
Oh, I understand that.
And being that I have herniated discs in my neck and my back, I can't.
Have you switched to wide straps yet?
No.
Yeah, I mean they're more expensive, but like get you the ones I use on mine are like this wide and they're nice soft leather. It spaces it out way more and it still moves nice, but oh shit, I can't remember.
That does make sense.
I want to say Franklin.
They do feel
straps is what I'm talking. Oh, it holds the bass, like the instrument, so much better. Yeah. I recommend it for guitars also. Yeah. Like it's just that extra width. Like
I used to have one that was really wide.
Betty.
Yeah, and I fell in love with couch guitar straps and stuff. I just kind of
those are the ones that have the cushion and everything.
Yeah, some of them, but it's really just like
nice
they're
straps.
made from recycled material, old seatbelt, like an old car material. Or, I don't know. I like the design.
There's a lot of really good options out there nowadays.
Yeah, totally.
Sleep, good boy. Oh, good cuddles. So, where's everybody originally from? Like, where do you call home?
Well, I'm
just gonna say
born and
Dallas.
raised. Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
I slept in Garland, but I lived in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But now I live in Plano.
Texas
Plano.
This little guy over here.
I'm from the deep south, South America.
Yeah,
from Chile, and then we immigrated to New Orleans with the family, and then Dallas. Like we've been in Dallas for like 25 years. Pretty much Dallas.
Almost a little Nicky joke.
Oh, I never saw that. It's one of those few movies that I still haven't seen.
It's one of those like I'm happy we never got a sequel to it because it would have needed to be like right immediately after. But whenever people ask me my favorite Adam Sandler movie,
it's no Nicky. I keep hearing about that from another friend of mine.
It's so good.
All right,
and it has a who's who of fucking cast.
It does.
Yeah. Cameos?
Cameos all
Henry Winkler's in it. Rob Schneider's in it. You get to watch Ozzie Mason up here.
Rob Schneider's on all Sandler movies. He is. That's not a cameo. That's a requirement.
Also, he's on that backseat.
It's a requirement. Yeah, it's in Adam Sandler's contract, actually. Whenever a studio works
with 2023. So, what's your dream venue? The ones that I get the most are Red Rocks and Madison Square Garden. Oh, two dope ones.
Those are definitely Red Rocks.
Everybody agrees
that. Yeah.
But I nip those in the bud.
I don't know,
because
if Pompeii was a thing, because
technically it is again. It's just not now.
Honestly, though, the Troubadour.
Yeah.
I wanna feel like Elton on this first night. I wanna be at the Troubadour.
I don't know, man. I want to be able to say that I've played Stubbs in Austin.
Definitely that.
I want to have that on my resume.
Dude, well, I can kind of say that I did at Stubbs because I got to sing with Alkaline Trio at Stubbs.
That's true.
I mean,
do they still sell barbecue there?
They do. Yeah. I mean, I totally
Austin,
did the abridged version.
Everything to barbecue.
I don't really listen to radio.
It's like New Orleans, not
Had they asked me to play bass on a song, I'd be like, yes.
Any others that we want to throw out there?
Well, I would dying to go back to my roots, Santiago, Chile, and play their national stadium. But that's never happened.
Absolutely.
So
go on, it's just Jake.
Yeah, go say hi.
The soccer stadium. That's the dream. I saw Paul McCartney there when I was like 5 years old. But we'll talk about that some other time. We'll talk about that.
So what's some of your favorite non-musical inspirations to draw from, like media, whether it be books, TV, video games, anything?
I color.
Color?
Well, I used to. Now I listen to vinyls.
I mean, that's fair.
But you said non-music, so I eat and sleep.
I mean, food is definitely a like.
I love documentaries.
What any specific topics? I love a good
history.
That's always fun.
I love history docs. Like I can pretty much sit through put one on. I just be like.
My guilty pleasure, like true guilty pleasure, is shitty UFO documentaries.
That's not bad because we do that too.
Yeah. I fucking love
we put those on to take a nap too. I get it that we do that too.
Like, what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch? I don't know, but let's find out.
And it's always the same dude with the crazy hair or that really one buff scientist with the glasses and the same haircut. I'm like, who is this man? And why is he out here built like he's literally about to join the army and he's out here just talking about science.
No. And then
He's like Ned Flanders of UFOs. I kid you not.
Speaking of, I'm a huge Simpsons fan. I'm obsessed with Simpsons.
We do make a lot of Simpsons
jokes. Hockey, I love hockey. Roller inline street or ice hockey, the best one.
I respect hockey because any sport that allows you to just be like, no, we beefing, throw gloves down, like fist fight, like. Yeah. Well, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get mad at that. That's as close to gladiatory shit that we got.
I think movies have been some inspiration.
Oh, definitely.
For writing lyrics and just getting ideas. There's so many great storylines and great writing out there that I can get some.
You can also find just a single line that you just strikes a whole song.
Yeah, absolutely. I've written some songs in the past, just watching scary movies with my old roommates. And then recently, I've been going to the museums more and seeing art. And there's something about being around that medium and art that
makes you feel better than everybody else.
Well, it just recharges my batteries. I get all this creative juice, and I'm just just thinking more I don't know, just differently, a different approach to making music as an art and doing things. I don't know.
Well, that's a medium I've never been able to do. I mean, whenever I was younger, I do a little bit of drawing, but one of my buddies, Randall, he's had a couple pieces shown at different things. Shout out Randall Day, check out his art. He's really fucking good. But I've never been somebody where I can take a physical medium and make it look really pretty.
Sure. Yeah.
That audio and video, it turns out video. I started out audio, but hey.
Sorry, I love to write too. I actually have a story that I can turn into a book if I can just finish it. Yeah. And I love a bunch of short stories.
We'll also try to adapt it into a screenplay too, because I mean, if you have most of an idea, screenplay is pretty much easier because you can kind of set shit up in settings.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's true.
Yeah, I got a bunch of friends who are trying to do short films and shit like that, and I'm all about just creation. It's make some shit.
Cool. Right.
What's the first instrument you played?
Gosh.
Tin cans posing as a drum set. So my dad built me a makeshift drum kit when we were in the old country in Chile. So it's a little wood thing with the tin cans and gave me a couple of sticks. I don't know. I don't remember what they were.
It was definitely
drums. It was always drums for me.
I started out the same way. I was a drummer first, and I would take a gallon, a 5-gallon jug, flip it over. I had those popcorn tins where they used the divider with
those are the best. Those are the best.
So I flipped it over, got a chain wallet, and put my snare. And then I had some sticks I bought. I think I had those hot rod or those Power Stroke, whatever, with the red or bundle sticks, the bundles. And I was playing those, and eventually, after begging my grandfather got me a drum kit, and I was that's pretty much my first love with music, other than singing, was the drums.
Nice.
I definitely had a little toy guitar when I was a little kid, but my parents were artists, so whatever I wanted to do, they were like, fine, you're going to do it. But the first instrument that I seriously played was either piano or clarinet. I got into bass when I was about 12.
E flat or B flat, Claire?
B flat. I went to state.
You're always about the bass.
But I did not.
You got that UIL shit.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as I appreciated doing it, I'm so glad I never have to do it, and I don't think I would ever force my kids to ever do it if they didn't want to.
I appreciate what I learned out of sight reading from being an instructor.
I still can't sight read.
Like, because most of my job as an instructor is simply just I have to be able to learn the song faster than my students.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to necessarily be that I know the song. I just got to be able to learn it quicker.
Yeah.
And sight reading really helps whenever you're able to just look at it and be like, oh, I know what's happening. What's the best show you've ever played?
Oh gosh.
We had a really good turnout at House of Blues.
It doesn't have to necessarily be with this band either.
Okay.
So it can be with this band, just doesn't have to be.
Gosh, I'm trying to think one of our best shows.
I mean, we had really good ones at Six Springs, you know.
Always, but definitely House of Blues.
That second time I think was pretty good. We had a huge crowd there at the Foundation Room.
Yeah.
And even though the sound was like okay, it still sounded fine. And it
wasn't bad.
It was just a fun. It was really fun because of this, you know, House of Blues.
Status. I want to play House of Blues.
There was also that one we played at Growl outside. That was a really
Growl is a very nice place.
Yeah, for Ramblin' Roads Festival.
That was a really fun show.
That
Big
was
stage.
dope.
Yeah, I want to play that outdoor stage.
I was a little too drunk than I liked for playing, but I think that was a little more drunk than I wanted.
Yeah,
to be.
Yeah.
We've done one wedding, which was really fun for my buddy,
really
and that's probably one of the funnest gigs we ever had.
Hopefully, getting paid with that one too.
We got to play covers and our originals combination, and paid. But
that's awesome.
It was just so much fun.
That was
because we was friends, and you know.
Weddings for friends is a lot of fun. Wedding bands is something that you can always make a lot of cash doing because people shell out for weddings and gigs. That's how I started in the audio stuff because I realized I was like, oh, all my friends who are on their like second and third weddings, I can just run the sound for them. Now you can't open up and be like, all right, welcome back, everybody.
It's not the welcome.
Not the welcome.
Let's do this again.
If you could open up for any band, what would it be?
Bully.
Oh, yeah.
Alkaline Trio.
Yeah, that's for sure.
but I know that like we also just have such an eclectic, you know, set list as it is that I feel like we are doable for a whole bunch of things. It'd be cool to open up for the Police.
Maná is a Spanish rock band from Mexico. I love that. I play like that drummer. He's one of my idols. Ooh. So Maná would be the that was. I need to open for that band if ever.
I also had to cry legit, like I said, Alkaline Trio.
It'd be cool. There's a local band in Austin that I really like called the Irons.
Oh yeah,
it'd be cool to open for them.
That would be dope.
I mean,
we like those guys.
They're up and coming. They're doing some cool stuff.
That's right. We went down to Austin.
I really like. Yeah, I really like
with somebody else, and
yeah.
So, what was the first song that we heard?
Oh, that was Porvus.
Yes.
Oh, you mean tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Porvus. No S at the end.
It's
French.
So we actually did a video for Porvus for the KXT Tiny Cake contest, like when they did it.
Oh yeah.
Those years ago, and
we submitted Porvus for that.
We did, and like people liked it. Like people were digging it.
Yeah, it was a cute song. Cute.
Don't worry, KXT. We're gonna send you some music soon. I promise. They've been following us for a while, so I know they're probably waiting on something.
See, that song is like a nice little bluesy little ballad that we like, you know, the waltz feel, and we like that kind of style, and he gets to play some jazzy bluesy kind of fusion kind of thing, you know, and then obviously Sonny with the harmony sounds really great. We actually wrote it with somebody else years ago, but we never did anything with it, and then when Sonny came around, we wrote it, we brought it back. It sounded really good with an actual bass and adapted with an actual band.
I mean, that's the way it is.
That's usually how it goes when you come back around to the right and cycle.
So what is song 2 that we're going to be going into?
That is Help Me. Help Me Samba. It's the samba. But it's called Help Me. That's the song I wrote a while back, and not a while back really. I guess it's one of my more recent ones.
It is recent.
Kind of inspired by my wife, but at the time we were dating. But I actually started writing it before I met her, and then it just kind of like was drawing things from like real life and like fiction, and I had this lick. It all kind of started with one guitar lick, and that kind of brought the song. And I remember kind of struggling with the lyrics for a while.
Yeah, it's like once you met that woman and you two were like clicking, you were writing that song.
Yeah, she had some influence, but it wasn't really. It was like about her, but also not about her.
It was both. It was like before and after.
Everybody has a crush on Josh's wife.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
That song.
I mean, it's Maria.
So
me and my mommy talk about her too. Like we're just like, I love her. Legit.
So we're about to hear "Help Me." So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard Help Me by Sunny Disposition. So, guys, do y'all prefer to write in the studio or in the room? Meaning, like, if you have a chance to have, like, an interface and, like, work it out, like, riff by riff, or do you prefer to sit there and just play together, fuck it up?
Yeah.
Mainly, yeah.
Probably, the latter. That's the thing we need. I think we need, like, I don't know what the best word is, but privacy is kind of like one way to describe it. We need somewhere where we're comfortable, away from everything, so we can actually write.
Well,
maybe a studio setting may not provide the best.
Sure.
No,
but then again, we haven't really tried that. So.
I feel like we've done most of our songs. We write separate. Like we write, I'll write a song, she'll write a song.
We'll come back with ideas at the meeting.
We bring it together, and then
everybody writes your part.
We'll get the arrangement and then work it out. I think we've been trying to spend more time like improvising and writing stuff together as a group because there's been some really cool jams that we have. And
in fact, one of them is going to be on the upcoming album. Like we start together, and that's one thing we do for sure. Me and Simon, it's just wild. So we improv. I think rather well.
Well, improbability is very important on stage.
Usually improv scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, whenever you have to use your words, I hate it. But if I have an instrument, it's a little bit easier.
You did freeze up on us though recently, which has never happened before.
Yeah.
For 4 years together, and that's the first time she's frozen up, just like a month ago or whatever it was.
This shit happens.
It happens.
What was the first album you can remember listening to on repeat? I'm talking like early days.
Oh, I know exactly.
Like not the first one you loved. I'm talking like the first one you had in like, cassette flipped over.
Paul McCartney went Off the Ground. That was the playing every afternoon in my house because I loved it, my dad loved it, my mom loved it. That was like back in Chile in '94 or '5 when McCartney was doing one of his last tours. A few years before Linda McCartney died. Anyways, that was the last album they did together with the group, of course. But Off the Ground, McCartney. Tape.
I had so many I don't know. I just loved music at a really young age. So there was a lot of stuff that was kind of like there, and like I'm trying to think. My dad was really into country when I was a little kid, so I definitely would listen to a lot of that. But oh gosh, there was this one song I remember. I watched a movie. It was Reality Bites, I think, and it was that My Sharona song. And I just remember listening to that song over and over, just dancing around in my room as this little kid. I guess in that sense, but I don't know. I really loved the Weezer album Pinkerton. That was kind of
good
a jam
album.
growing up.
I had too many, but I think Pinnacle 2 by the first time I was able to go pick out an album from the CD store. Either Celine Dion's the All By Myself album, or yes,
I used to sing Whitney Houston in the shower.
Yes,
your bodyguard came out.
Or Smashing Pumpkins Siamese Dream.
Very good choices.
Mayonnaise forever, Soma forever.
What other bands have you been in?
Where do we begin?
We've been in other bands together.
We kind of did 2 groups-ish. There was a trio previous and then a quartet before that. Yeah.
What were they called?
4-Way Stop and Barefoot and Brawlers. Barefoot City.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first band that I was in besides the school band was it was this band that we formed at church, and it was me and 2 other girls, Katie and Deanna. Nice. We were forming this little punk group, but our first show was at church. I forgot what we called ourselves, but we did all sorts good times. Yeah. That was very short-lived, but then after I moved to Denton and got out of a really shitty relationship with a dude who did not want me to play music at all. He was very adamant that I did not join a band, especially where I'm the only girl. Right, and look what happened. And look what happened. But after we split, I joined a band called Sophomore City, and that was fun for a while, but also a little short-lived. And I eventually moved back to Dallas and got back to the scene, hosting karaoke and open mics, going to open mics, met them. I just recently left Yolanda Cruz and the Daydreamers.
Yeah.
That's a recent project. But
my first one was Poison Donut.
Poison Donut.
That was fun. There was a Mechanical Heart little thing going on. Then gosh, what was I was in Dangeroo, and
Yes.
I did
Under
a
the-
solo
yes.
project.
I was the first drummer for Danger.
Yeah, he was, and yeah.
I was in a Spanish rock band called Intellusion.
Sure. Oh, I was missing a couple.
And then I asked Josh to like play drums for one show that I was not going to be at.
Right,
And then years
remember
later,
half these
he asked me to
bands
play
and
drums for.
even the ideas of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I play bass with my fiance.
I was on a Beatles tribute thing. Not official, but it was like a fun thing with a
I just want to be
trio.
an official tribute band.
Not official. No, you gotta be
Oh, yeah,
official
no,
for
there's a
Beatles
such
tribute.
thing.
You gotta wear,
This is just like
costume changes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what
And we're just gonna have
you
fun.
can be an official tribute band. Who
Guess
really
so.
cares at this point?
I had a boss who was in an official Godsmack tribute band.
Yeah,
It was spelled Gawd.
Oh God, Smack.
Gowd.
Nice.
I wasn't in it. My boss was.
Yeah.
What's your favorite comfort food?
The first thing that came to mind was
I
like
like to
fried
eat.
chicken, but like I love me some enchilada. I don't know,
Pizza.
man. I'm just
Like I'm talking like fallback mama cooking comfort food.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shepherd's pie.
Gosh,
Good
yeah.
steak.
Probably mashed potatoes.
Yeah, you can't go
Mashed
wrong. Like,
potatoes.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. You just get all the great food.
Yeah.
We shouldn't talk about food right now.
Yeah, no,
We're all hungry, man.
Yeah, but when you
I
said
would like
that,
this
like,
question.
my
Next question.
mind
Next
went straight
question.
to like fried chicken.
Oh my god. Chicken fried chicken. Chicken fried
See, man, I
chicken.
can get
Chicken
down.
fried
It's
chicken.
Talking about straight to fried chicken.
I want both.
Do you have
I
any?
love this guy.
Do you have any family members who played instruments?
Oh man.
An uncle of mine plays guitar in that tape.
Yeah.
So wild story.
I'm so dumb. My brothers are drummers. I
My
just thought it-
grandmother's second cousin was like the great gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, like nation renowned gospel singer. Like
Who is
she-
this?
Mahalia Jackson.
No, who is
My
she?
grandmama,
Oh.
cousins.
Oh, okay.
And according to my father, Aretha Franklin was my second aunt,
Oh, what?
second great aunt.
Hey?
Are you sure your dad was? Are you sure that your dad was right? Like may he rest
Dad
in
said
peace.
Uncle Eddie's
was he,
first
like-
wife. First
smoking
wife, when they were
weed?
married, had a cousin that was actually cousins with Aretha Franklin. So, do I know the logistics of it? No. I was like,
Yeah, there's some way. Yeah. There's some leanish. Yeah, I
I don't
never.
know.
23 to me.
Yeah, totally.
I could also, just be told a lie to just, think that I was cool as a kid. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey, we ain't here to break dreams.
My two brothers are drummers. They taught themselves, and they would ask me for guidance here and there. But they taught themselves. I had classical training, so I got help. But,
Yeah.
3 drummers in their house.
There you go.
My grandfather he would sing, but he wasn't like a singer. I guess say in a band, but other than that, yeah, not really.
Yeah,
Not a lot of musicians.
It
in my
was.
family.
It's been me.
Uh,
My mom used to play flute. Used to.
Renee.
Yes. Oh yeah. She played flute. My uncle Rodney played clarinet, and it's really hilarious because my cousin Candace, his daughter, played flute, and I played clarinet.
Oh yeah. Well, my sister plays flute too. Actually.
Oh yeah, she helped
She
us.
still
with that
she still
one
has
thing.
her flute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with
remember. She
Hathor.
seemed really nervous
Oh,
about
I
that.
love Hathor. I miss her.
I don't remember.
Sweet baby.
I just remember her practicing her part like a bunch right before. So.
Poor thing. Oh, my hand hurts. Start fidgeting.
so,
I'm terrible about it. I'm like,
No, it's just because it hurts.
what's the best concert you've ever been to?
Gosh, that's hard, man. One of my
seen
I guess
so many.
what comes to mind was when I was a kid. It was when Korn Freak on the Leash came out, and Rob Zombie was there. It was like the first time I saw boobs in real person as a kid.
oh yeah.
I was like, it's like maybe that's why.
Oh,
like it
Best concert
It wasn't
ever.
so much about like the music, but just the experience. I was at Bronco Bowl with my friends.
Love the
His
Bronco
older
Bowl.
brother
Oh,
All the
was
Esco
there.
Christmas was
Like I
lit.
could smell like weed before, like I knew I'd never smoked before. Like
Yeah.
it was just like this, like wow, like
It
this is
freaked
awesome.
me
Like,
out how
bunch of
huge
just
that
like
venue
raunchy
is.
fucking people like having a great time.
Outside you.
I think that's probably I think
I
it
didn't
was one of those
understand
things,
it.
yeah.
I didn't know. What's
My first like
Who
rock
was it?
show at the time. It was
Who was in that station?
it was Korn, Freak on
It was
the
probably
Leash.
the Family Values. tour.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah,
That sounds
yeah.
about right. That
And then
sounds
Rob
about right.
Zombie, and I think Rob Zombie opened up, and like they had this big like toy like machine like things on stage, and like flames went off, and you could feel the heat. And I feel like his guitarist had like blood in his guitar. It was like, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
I've seen both Korn and Rob Zombie many times. They always put on like a their stage show is very animated.
That's how I feel about Alice Cooper.
Yeah. Now, to answer your question though, like I've seen Paul McCartney twice in concert. I've seen Rage Against the Machine in 2006 after Katrina hit. But none of those shows I could compare him to Manu Chao, this guy from Spain. He does like, it's not ska, but it's fast reggae and ska-ish music. He's like, also sings in French, and he came through Dallas 10 years ago or so, and it's the best show I've ever been to. And this is after seeing Rage and McCartney and stuff. Like, this dude and his group put on the most energetic show I've ever seen. Since then, too. It was a huge combination of people from all over parts of the world because these dudes sing in like 3 languages too: English, French, and Spanish. And like they're just so in your face the whole time, man. It's just like it was so powerful. Best show, best show I've ever seen. Manu Chao. Yeah. Check it out, Manu Chao. Radio Bemba sound system. Radio Bemba.
For me, either Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits. He puts on a fantastic show.
He's a good songwriter, man.
Very. Or there's this artist, his name is Morgan, Morgxn, and he opened up for Dreamers. They're fantastic too. And the opener made me cry. I like walked up to this man after he got done performing. I'm just like, how do you do that? You're amazing. Yeah. He did this awesome cover of Boys Don't Cry by The Cure. And he hits this, like this high falsetto, and I'm just like,
Nice.
I cannot wait to see him again. Also, Bully, of course, they put on a fantastic show.
So, whenever you go and see a concert, do you rather it be a smaller, intimate venue or like a big production?
Depends on who it is.
I like the smaller venues personally.
I
like the mid-sized venues. Like I feel like I'm closer to the artist, and I feel like there's a little bit more like banter, and they can be a little bit more personal, and give you some insight. I don't know, just like about the background of the song, and like I just seem to have liked those shows a little bit better. I've loved like the big shows, but like I remember I bought these Incubus tickets back in high school. I was really excited, but I was like way back on like the 3rd floor, like way far. I just remember seeing the pit. Everyone's having so much fun, and I was like, God, I want to be down there. And like everyone near me was just like quiet, like chilling. It's like, no, I want to be like singing and like jumping around, but I just felt like out of place in there, and it was just like, so that it makes me feel like I want to be like closer to the artist.
That's why I cannot wait for the Pixie show, because it's going to be at Southside, and I'm like, General.
Southside is fun.
I'm like, the last time I was at Southside was seeing Mindless Self-Indulgence, like, and the Birthday Massacre.
So that was like where it was Palladium.
Yeah, that was what it's Palladium
Ballroom. I've seen a lot of bands there.
I've seen a lot of great shows there.
Yeah. It's a good spot. Not like too small, not too big. It's not like.
But I do like smaller venues. I feel like with like bigger venues, I hate fighting crowds. I hate waiting in line. I hate having everything.
The bathroom is always such an ordeal.
That.
Everything.
But I get it. But it also bothers me though. Like sometimes, like the crowd can you just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the amount of people.
I almost got into a fight seeing Brand New. Yeah. Brand New and Reliant K. Like I almost got into a fight that night because this bitch comes up to me, like she looks me up and down. She's like, I got 6 inches on you, bitch. Move. Like she literally was just like, if you want me to move so you can get to the front, like you can just say excuse me. But once Brand New started playing and the crowd started bum rush to the front, I looked that girl in the eye. I was like, look, bitch, we both in the front now.
Yeah.
If I'd have spent $14 on this Makers, I'd pour this on you.
Oh, yes.
We could have been friends. I could have helped you get to the front. We could have been up there together. But no, you want to act out. I don't like... That's why at the big shows, like big shows where I know there's not seating and it's like general admission, I have to get there early so I can get my beer and be in the front and I'm not moving. Because I don't want to get pushed. I want to be on the rails where I can have a safety.
Oh yes, the chaos of the pit is something.
The chaos of the pit is inevitable.
Yeah,
Yes.
Especially when you see
the energy of the show.
I like going to them punk shows.
Oh yeah, like, and the danger of getting punched in the face is real.
No, you got to be on the front for that. Be on the rails.
Well, then you just get
then
you just get punched in the back of the
Then you
head.
just get exactly. That's why I have to have I gotta make friends with the people that stand behind me. Like, please be taller than me, y'all, because I'm short.
I think it was maybe the first time we played House of Blues. After we played, we went to see a Rage Against the Machine tribute band in the big stage.
That was
the
fucking
big
awesome.
stage.
Yeah.
You know, and it was, and we got messed up in their little mini pit. You know.
Oh my god.
And even then, it was hard. I got like bruises and stuff the next day. So
Yeah, I try to avoid the pits now.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm too old for this shit.
I only got in the pit. The last recent time I got in the pit was seeing Bad Religion. And I had to get my one good time in. And then I was like, all right, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
True North, I'm done. Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so what is song number 3 that we're gonna hear?
That one is Misery.
Yeah.
Misery, that Sunny song. That's probably like the second song we ever wrote.
Sounds like a happy song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote it after me and my ex broke up. It was just.
I was gonna say, like you said, I thought you wrote it after you read the Stephen King book.
Also a good movie.
Oh yeah.
Kathy Bates is dope.
Kathy Bates is dope.
I'm a big Stephen King fan.
A lot of my song feel comes
Anyways,
from
Misery.
breakups and unrequited romances. That
A lot of music's made that way. So
exactly. Like I feel like a cliche of Taylor Swift's. But
hey, fill that cliche all the way to the bank.
What I like about Misery is that Sunny can really breaks out of her shell and really gets a nice little scream going in there, scream singing.
I like screaming.
And sometimes you gotta know how to do that, and Sunny can do it pretty well.
I like screaming.
I like that about that song.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
All right, so you're about to hear Misery. We will be right back.
I wasted my time. How could I waste my time? Waste my time on you. How could you waste my time? How could you waste our time? What's the difference to you? So sad I knew exactly what to say. To shame on you when I made a mistake. So pissed I even bothered anyway. But the sun still comes after the rain. I'm sorry I'm leaving. I'm just writing you to say that I'm hoping that my whiskey can help it down my misery today. Just forget about me.
Welcome back to Audio Carnage Podcast. You just heard Misery. We're still with Sunny Disposition. So guys, what would you say some of your biggest influences, whether it be solo or for the band or bringing to the band, is?
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. No, Jimi Hendrix for sure, man. Definitely growing up, that was a big influence. Weezer was another one. Early Weezer, I was a big fan of that. But I don't know. With this group too, we've been doing like a little bit of reggae. The Police, definitely has like a lot of feel there. But
Alkaline Trio is a big inspiration for me. Dan Andriano is one of my I use the word hero just so carefully because I just don't believe in standards like that. But Dan Andriano is a hero of mine. Yeah. He's the reason I sing and play bass, and it's comforting because I've always been very subconscious that I have this natural lisp that me and a bunch of my cousins have, and Danny does too, and it sounds gorgeous when he sings. It sounds just like that's comforting.
Definitely the Beatles.
Well, yeah,
growing up.
For me, like McCartney and John Lennon's solo stuff was when I was 5th grade. I was listening to hardcore their solo stuff already, and then I got into Beatles as I got older. Yeah, and since then I've been a Beatle fanatic. It's just like a drug
Andrew
for
Bird,
me.
another one from me.
Andrew
Bird, I really like his
Tool.
style.
I love Tool, and Danny Carey is a personal hero of mine because of his commitment to his craft. The guy's just a machine. He's this genius. He's what he
for real.
Anyone who loves Danny Carey, you know, the dude is just like this
He's
genius.
fantastic. I love watching.
He's a gentle giant, but he's a monster on those.
Yeah, he's a monster.
So, what kind of animal would your drummer be?
Ooh.
Well,
I like how both of y'all are interested.
My family calls me Simonki. My name is Simon.
Yeah,
they call me Simonki.
Simonki.
But I dress up as the Joker quite often for Halloween.
That's not an animal.
I know, but the Joker is then.
As many fart jokes as you make, though.
Bear.
Pumbaa.
Oh, okay.
Like Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah.
I'm a sensitive soul. Though I see thick skin.
So what? Even though this episode is kind of like a time capsule, we don't know when it'll drop. But what's the next show y'all got coming up?
Oh gosh,
February 17th.
February 17th.
February 17th.
We're also playing,
6 breaks.
We're playing down at Ruins in March
24th.
Yeah.
Caves Lounge, April 28th. And back at Six Springs, May 27th. And I believe we're snagging a spot for O'Reilly's June 23rd.
Nice.
Making her rounds.
Yeah, she's on.
So
who on it? I do the booking.
Hey, somebody has to take care of it.
Hit me up.
So at this point, we're in self-promotion, promoting people that y'all think that deserve a shout out. Who's some bands or bands, local artists, or just people in general that you want to shout out? Then also, where can we find all y'all's material and all the different things like that?
You answer that last part, but learning names. And Cherry Manses. You guys got to go see those groups. Whoever's listening to this thing, watching, Learning Names and Cherry Manses. That's my answer to that.
Friends
those are two great bands. We met them playing at shows together. We never met them.
We've met a lot of really cool bands.
They're such great bands.
I want people to of some too right now that have come with me.
Well, this question is also self-serving because I'm literally looking for new bands to get on the podcast. So
yeah, they're definitely worth checking out.
King Clam.
If you know them, send them a message and I'll send them a message.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think.
Baddies right there.
Like bands out in like Austin, like I mentioned before, Irons. They're really great. I feel like they're up and coming. And they're doing a lot of great stuff out there. Irons. Gosh, what do you got, Sonny? I feel like I'm trying to think of another.
We have so many. There's
friend group too.
Celestial L'Amour. I've been creeping them for a while. They're from the Fort Worth area, the Arlington area. They're chefs.
Flipping the Combined Effort. My buddy from the arcade, Duddy. We're trying to get a show with them for 2 years now that I've known them. We started playing a show. They're a ska band. They played Growl. We see Asama Growl. They've played at several places, big venues. You know, they're doing an Austin tour, now Texas tour soon. Now it's called Flipping the Combined Effort. Flipping the Combined Effort. They've been together for a while. They're very fun live. Very, very fun show.
Alright, so where can we find all of y'all's material?
We are available on all of your favorite streaming platforms. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, the Apple Music, Tidal. Who else they got? I know we
YouTube?
definitely YouTube. Pandora.
Yeah, it's
Oh my god,
everywhere.
we're definitely on
Pretty much
Facebook,
everywhere.
Instagram, Sunny Disposition Music.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a good place to call it a day. But what's our final song that we're going to be hearing?
Insane!
Yeah, it's
It's
Any
insane.
Any
It
background
makes
on
you
this?
insane.
So this song is heavily influenced for me by this band, Bully. I can't say more great things about them, especially Alicia. She's
And a
a
little
front
bit of
woman.
Smiths.
Fantastic,
For us.
high energy.
We have a Smiths kind of sound-ish
It-
there.
This is a song I came up with in like 2 days. This is one of my rare 2-day gems.
Sometimes they
I
come
don't have
pretty quick.
I don't have many of these.
They don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a lot of them. You just gotta have a couple
A
bangers.
few, yes.
Yeah.
And this one,
Well said.
I brought it in. They were just like, "This one's fun." And I was just like, "Yeah, let's do it."
All right. So you're about to hear Insane. This was Sunny Disposition, and as always, we're at Audio Carnage Podcast. Thank you guys so very much for being on here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're out of here. We can get
Yes.
food.
All right.